Storm goes on, out of control, deep in her heart, the thunder rolls. Alexa, what's the weather in her heart?
Oh, go and drink a Bud Light, Garth, you complete tool.
Amazon, providing you with the biggest tools in music.
Bud Light just suffered its worst week yet. People thought that you were done. People thought that the boycott was over. People thought that they had hit the bottom. But unfortunately for Bud Light and woke corporations more considerate of, weirdo, bizarro world ESG scores and woke company scores. Companies more concerned with Twitter retweets than satisfying their own customers. Well, it's bad news for them as Bud Light, had its worst week to date. Its worst weekly sales drop to date, and it's all because of all of you. Bud Light suffers its worst weekly sales drop as it plummets another 27% as cost of partnership with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney continues, my friends. It continues to cripple the beer giant. I mean, isn't this what they wanted? I know I'm not going to talk about Coffee Brand Coffee, just a super brief reminder that Sydney Watson and I's combined channel for our media company, The Publica, is now regularly publishing videos over at The Publica's YouTube page. There'll be videos from me, like Savannah Hernandez, Sydney Watson. Sydney's got a video coming out today, I believe. These are all the free videos that we do for The Publica. The Publica also has members-only videos for our members. However, it's good to grow out there, so I'll leave a link to The Publica in the description. Check it out. I uploaded a pretty spicy video yesterday, and today's video from Sydney is pretty good too. I'd love to earn your subscription there. It's also available on Rumble if you so choose. Bud Light has suffered its worst weekly sales drop following its disastrous partnership with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney. The beer sales dropped 26.8% for the week ending June 10th. The worst week-on-week performance since early April advertising campaign resulted in a swift backlash. It's a deeper drop from the week ending June 3rd, which saw a 24.4% drop according to Bump Williams Consulting. The new low beats the previous worst, an almost 26% drop for the week ending May 25th. It comes after Bud Light lost its crown as America's best-selling beer to Modelo, a Mexican lager owned by Grupo Modelo, which is also owned by Bud manufacturer Anheuser-Busch indirectly. Anheuser-Busch's other brands, including Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Natty, I always call it Natty Light. I'm thinking Natty Ice, Natural Light, have seen a significant decline in sales since the controversy. Bud is down 10%, Natty Light, there it is, and Michelob are down 2.3 and 2.4% respectively. What's happening now is people are actually like, oh, yo, this is also made by Anheuser-Busch. Let's get rid of this. I saw a video yesterday from somebody in Florida who was filming beer coolers, and it was more than just Bud Light that was stacked to the ceiling. It was Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob, and then Busch Light. These are all Anheuser-Busch products. So people are, they stopped buying Bud Light, but now they're also expanding it. Since the Anheuser-Busch scandal, the nation's formerly second largest beer, Modelo, has quickly risen through the ranks, rising up 5.7% in sales in the week ending June 10th. Anheuser-Busch's chief marketing officer said while accepting an award at an advertising awards ceremony on Monday that the Bud Light partnership with Dylan Mulvaney was a humbling reminder it needs to understand its consumers better. No kidding. Marcel Marcondes ironically made the comments while accepting an award for Creative Marketer of the Year at Cannes Lions, a lavish industry conference in the south of France dubbed the Oscars for the advertising industry. What did Bud Light do? These are just pre-business write-off vacations. Like, there's no actual reason to have these award ceremonies. And by the way, Bud Light definitely not innovating. Maybe in the most innovative negative marketing campaign. If there is some sort of Darwin Awards for marketing, I think that they could probably get that. Now, it comes obviously in the after the company lost $27 billion in value due to the campaign. Although Anheuser-Busch was named the winner of the award before the fiasco erupted, it was not officially awarded until Monday, meaning there was a mighty elephant in the room. Some even said the company should turn down the award, the Wall Street Journal reported. In times like this, when things get divisive, by the way, they made them divisive and controversial so easily, I think it's an important wake-up call to us marketers, first of all, to be very humble. Well, yeah, that's what I do with Coffee Brand Coffee. I know a lot of people get sick of me talking about it, but I know I'd be nothing without my customers. And I would never do and want to do anything to divide them or to make them feel like I actually care at all how they vote and how they live their lives. I just want to provide good coffee and then shut up. It's very simple. It seems to be working pretty good. That's what we're doing. We're being very humble and reminding ourselves of what we should do every day, which is really to understand our consumers. They don't understand them, which is to celebrate and appreciate every consumer that loves our brands, but in a way that can bring them together. The session was described in programming notes as a talk in part by AB InBev's relentless focus on connecting with consumers in meaningful ways, the Wall Street Journal reported. Yeah, I remember that, Dylan Mulvaney in a bathtub, that probably really hit home with all of Bud Light's loyal customers. Now, he has worked at AB InBev for nearly 2 decades, according to his LinkedIn profile, now oversees its global marketing strategies, AB brands, including Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Stella Artois, and others. It's tough to see the controversial and divisive debates that have been happening in the United States in the last couple of weeks involving a lot of brands and companies, including and especially Bud Light, he said during the Monday presentation. Well, bro, you did that. Target did that. Starbucks did that. These are companies that are injecting themselves, making their product about being certain political decision, being politically aligned with the company, whatever that may be. Of course, it is nearly always pushing left-wing politics, left-wing ideologies. I suppose there are probably some companies out there that, specifically target conservatives. But when you're talking about these companies that are globally traded, the overwhelming majority of them are always pushing mainstream left-wing politics. That's what we do as a team. We'll be moving forward as a group. That's what leaders do. Yeah, that's what leaders are always talking about, what leaders do. Bud Light's historic decline came after a partner. Yeah, we already know. I'm not going to rehash all that. Conservatives have continued with the boycott, leading to the Belgian-based brewer to place 2 executives responsible for partnership, Alyssa Heinerschneid and the Vice President of Marketing, and her boss, Daniel Blake, on leave in April. Well, it's been nearly 3 months. I mean, what's going to happen first? Are you going to really tell us the truth that you fired them, or is the Bud Light official account finally going to tweet again? If we, by the way, just to check in on the Bud Light Twitter account, which they, use to advertise, we are now up to, April 14th was the last one? So 2 months and a week. It's been 9 weeks. I don't know what's going to happen more. What is the gestation period on this Twitter account? Do you think someone could have a baby before Bud Light finally tweets again? It's 9 months, maybe per little preemie, 8 months. I don't know. I mean, they are. And by the way, that tweet still sits with 33,000 comments compared to 5,300 likes. And guess who gets into it? Old John Taffer. If you ever watch Bar Rescue, it's an excellent show. And please don't ruin it for me in the comments and tell me it's scripted or something like that, because I don't know. I don't want to know. I still enjoy it. It's always good. John Taffer crushes Bud Light for slapping customers in the face. John Taffer, an American entrepreneur best known for Bar Rescue, isn't sold on Bud Light ever bouncing back. Taffer joined Fox Business Monday and said what most sane Americans have been shouting for months now. The once popular beer brand slapped their customers in the face in the dumbest way imaginable. Beer brands and people's connection to their beer as an identifier of your personality. It's almost emotional, Taffer said. People connect with these brands very heavily, and in their view, the brand slapped them in the face. This isn't going away anytime soon. It's forever.
Bar
I mean,
Rescue host John Taffer joins me now. Now, I'm really John.
Actually not, Stuart. You know,
by the way, this guy is not aged at all.
beer brands and people's connection to their beer is an identifier of your personality. It's a personal thing, almost emotional. People connect with these brands very heavily.
Yep.
In their view, the brand slapped them in the face. It's almost like a spouse disappointing you in some way. It's emotional. Stores have reduced shelf space for the brand, Stuart. Distributors haven't reduced warehouse space. They've reduced order numbers. This is not disappearing anytime soon. All of the distribution mechanisms around Bud Light have all been reduced to adjust to current levels.
John,
it's forever.
Do you want to do a Bud Light rescue? Do you have anything in mind that would rescue Bud Light?
A time
I
machine?
think that they need to go back to being a great American brand. And I think they need to stand for American values, which is what they did all these years.
John Taffer based. Yeah, if you've never seen Bar Rescue, it's amazing. I'm sure there are tons of episodes on YouTube and Rumble and other places. I'm not sure if it's even still on anymore. But yeah, so woof. It also looks like Taffer's been reading some Outkick stuff recently because he reported on everything he just said. The reduced shelf space, hurting distributors, and the CEO's dumb road trips. Not sure he actually mentioned that one. We've all laid out over the past few weeks. It wasn't a great weekend for Bud Light either. Go figure. First, Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth said last Friday that he planned to hit the road this summer, really connect with customers. I assume that will go swimmingly. He also revealed the company's offering financial assistance to Bud Light distributors they screwed over and claimed, "We hear you when talking about the ongoing boycott." Yeah, sure you do. Earlier Monday, a report also surfaced that one AB ad exec admitted the entire ordeal has been a wake-up call for everyone. I mean, it continues because you continue to spread the word. I think that right now, the most important thing is to drive them to apologize, to keep the pain on, and for them to apologize because they've already clearly changed their methodology, but the world needs to see them bend the knee. The world needs to see them admit why and what they did. And that would be the true. Now, it's already been a huge victory, but if the pressure can continue to be applied also to their other brands, and by the way, if you switch to Modelo, maybe start taking some time to look for something else that isn't owned by Anheuser-Busch. Keep the pressure on, and you'll get results. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. I'm going to leave a link to the Publica's YouTube channel in the description and pin comment down below. Hope that you'll subscribe to that. We'll do probably 2 to 3 videos a week going forward, both Sydney, myself, and other staff members at the Publica. And check out thepublica.com as well for daily news articles. Hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to you again real soon.